Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in our Fortnite video, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to get better and also how to play smarter here in Chapter 2, because I feel like playing smarter is one of those things that's really underrated in Fortnite, and a lot of people don't talk about it as much. And I honestly feel like it's one of the most important things to have here in Chapter 2 if you want to be able to win consistently in this game. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 2,000 V-Bucks. And if you guys want a chance to enter this giveaway, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel, turn on my post notifications, and as well leave a comment down below of either your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be entered into the giveaway. So make sure you guys do enter if you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so here in this gameplay, it is a 20 kill gameplay. It's a very fast, very high kill game here in this gameplay. So I absolutely went off to 20 kills in this game. And there's a few specific things that I wanted to be talking about in this video that I think can help you guys out a lot when it comes to playing a lot smarter, improving, all that kind of good stuff. I feel like I have a very few specific tips that can really help you guys out a ton when it comes to just being able to win a lot more gunfights consistently, which is going to help you guys win a lot more games very easily here in Chapter 2. So there is a few key things that I wanted to be talking about. Obviously, the first one that I wanted to be talking about is going to have to be more specifically with your playstyle and how you play the game, because as you guys know, when it comes to the shotguns in this game, you have the pump shotgun and then you have the tac shotgun. Of course, you have gray pump. You have anything from a gray pump all the way to the gold pump, and then you have anything from a gray tac to the golden tac. So you have quite a bit of range when it comes to the rarities of the different weapons in this game. And I feel like there's a huge disparity, as you guys know, between having something like a gold pump and then having like a gray pump. 100%, it's like 100, and it's not even like the same gun. It's literally like a completely different gun. It's way different, and you guys know when it comes to those other weapons, they're not very good whatsoever. And you have to have a different playstyle when it comes to different shotguns. So for instance, right, when it comes to the pump shotgun, if you guys don't know, you pretty much don't even have to ADS with the gun. If you hip fire versus ADS, which means aim down your sights, there is basically no difference in the bullet spread. It goes exactly the same with the SMGs. But when it comes to the tac shotgun, it actually is very, very different. So the tac shotgun, if you want the spread to go straight, what you have to do is you have to aim down your sights if you want to be able to have a better spread. Otherwise, the spread's all over the place, and you're probably going to be hitting a lot more 20 damage shots if you don't ADS. But if you do ADS, if you do aim down your sights, you're going to be hitting a lot more consistent high damage shots with the tac shotgun, and that's just kind of the trade-off you have. So with tac shotgun, if you aim down your sights, it's going to be a lot more consistent. You're going to be hitting a lot more shots. But on the pump shotgun, it really doesn't matter too much. But of course, you have a lesser fire time. Your fire rate is going to be a lot lower. But with that being said, when you are coming into your gunfight to gunfight type of situation and you have a tac shotgun, you have to play it a lot differently, because if you want to hip fire, which a lot of the times when you're in a gunfight and you're very, very close to the other player, you're going to be close enough to where you're probably not even going to ADS. If the person's like right in front of you or within like 10 feet, you're probably going to have to go for quick shots unless you're just playing absolute bots. If you're playing anyone half decent at the game, you're not going to have enough time to ADS, because once you aim down your sights, that also leaves you a lot more vulnerable, because once you aim down your sights, you're standing still. You're not going to be able to move all over the place. Versus if you hip fire, you're able to, in a sense, be able to like dodge their bullets, because you're going to be jumping, which is going to make you a lot harder target for the other player to hit. So that concept is just one of those things that's just very crucial and very helpful to know, especially for Chapter 2, because shotguns has been probably one of the most inconsistent things in the game, and it's one of those things that you use literally every single gunfight. Every gunfight you go into, you're using a shotgun. And that's why I think, wasn't there one season where Epic took out the pump shotgun or something crazy like that? Epic has made so many stupid changes in the game that I pretty much just lost track. But when it comes to the metas and the shotguns close range fights, those are going to be the ones you have to focus on the very, very most. As far as playing smarter and going about gunfights, it really is just based on a lot of things. Of course, your mat count, HP, things like that. But when you are challenging gunfights, one thing you have to consider, And one thing that I do that really allows me to play very, very smart, get a lot of wins, get a lot of kills, is I always try to think ahead when I'm going into the gunfight. So, for instance, before or maybe even during the gunfight I'm in, I'm always thinking about the next move. So I'm always thinking about a potential person, maybe third party me. I'm always thinking about, if I'm able to kill this player, what can I do next? What type of loot do I need? I'm pretty much always thinking ahead on the next thing that I'm going to have to need to win that fight, or even win the next fight after I kill the player who's in front of me. So that is another thing you have to consider. And one thing that's really going to help you guys out when it comes to playing smarter and winning a lot more games is just always trying to think ahead and trying to just try to outsmart the other player. And a really good way to do that is trying to predict the next move that the other player is going to make. Of course, you're not going to be 100% consistent when it comes to reading other players, but one thing that I always kind of stressed a little bit a while ago, and probably a couple seasons, that I think is very important is you really want to play as offensive as possible, because in Fortnite, it's not the best move to play very defensive. And what I mean by that is you don't want to try to play off the other player's move, because when it comes to the person who's on offense, the person who is making the move, the person who's rushing, they pretty much call the shots. They call how they're going to rush. They're going to call exactly what type of moves they're going to make. And that's the player you want to be, because if you try to consistently try to read the other player, you're going to fail time and time again, because it's going to be very hard and very difficult to consistently guess right what the other player is doing, which is going to cost you a lot more games, because maybe from time to time you're able to get it right. Maybe you think they're going to go for a certain edit and you're able to predict it very correctly, but a lot of the times it's not going to hold up and it's not going to be consistent. So the best way to counter that is going to be the player who plays aggressive, or not really, you don't have to necessarily play aggressive, but you're in the fight, you want to be the one who calls the shots, you want to be the one who goes for the push, the other player who goes for, the shots, things like that. And by doing that, what's going to happen is it's going to allow you to make the plays exactly how you want to play, and you don't have to worry about trying to predict and trying to read what the other player does time and time again, because I feel like that's what a lot of people do. Maybe they get caught in maybe a bad box fight, where they're trying to read off the other player, they're trying to read the edit, they're basically just trying to play off of the other player and what they're trying to do. And I see a lot of people losing gunfights and a lot of people dying because of it, because like I said, it's hard, especially in Fortnite, when there's just so many different options when it comes to the guns, buildings, pretty much everything. There's just so many different options in this game that it's just not smart to try to consistently read what the other player is doing. Of course, sometimes you have to, but that's very occasional, and you want to keep that at its lowest point. You don't want to do that every single fight. You want to have it as rare as possible, because when you're rushing the other player, when you're playing aggressive, you're going to be the one who decides when to push. You're going to be the one who decides when to take the shot, and by doing that, it's going to allow you to control the gunfight. And it's going to allow you to play a lot smarter, because you're going to be able to make the exact play that you want to make and not have to worry about trying to predict and to correctly read what little Timmy is doing with his lightsabers and camping high ground and his RPGs. This is not going to go well consistently. Like I said, time to time you can win gunfights like that, but it's just not the best move, and that's really the key that you want to have. And it's not about winning the gunfights, because of course you want to win the gunfights, but it's really about playing or giving yourself the best possible advantage, because you're not going to be able to win every single gunfight no matter how good you play. You just want to be able to put yourself in the best position, because as you guys know, playing high ground is going to be a really easy way. Just like a really easy example, playing high ground will win you a lot of gunfights, but just because you're on high ground doesn't automatically mean you win the gunfight, because some controller players have the most ridiculous L2 aim and will beam you from high ground. And even though sometimes in some cases you'll lose from having high ground because some L2 player absolutely beams you, that doesn't mean it's a bad move to play high ground. It just means you can't win every single gunfight even though you play very good, and you want to put yourself in the best possible position to win as many gunfights as possible. And that's kind of the biggest takeaway from this video. And with that being said, that's the wrap up for this video. If you guys enjoyed, if you guys liked it, make sure you do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, turn on my post notifications so you guys are notified for each and every single new video, because sometimes YouTube doesn't notify you guys. So make sure you guys do hit on the notification bell if you guys haven't already. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.